Appreciate y'all coming and hang out, man. Oh, we're good. Did y'all have any trouble understanding my dad on the video? I keep saying they need to put subtitles underneath him, but they won't do it. So I got a brand new EP that comes out tonight at midnight, which I'm pretty excited about. Thank you. Title track on that EP is a song I wrote with my buddy Eric Dillon and my buddy Randy Montana in Nashville a while back. It's about growing up in a truck. It's called In a Truck Right Now. His little feet can't reach the pedal, so daddy works the gas and brakes. 9 years old, at 10 and 2, trying everything to keep it straight. Dreaming he's Dale Earnhardt outside of some little town, somewhere in a truck right now. Saved all summer for those mud tires, some 10 and 3-inch left. Trying to catch a buzz from a couple buds they stole from Daddy's fridge. Bed full of buddies, a cab full of smoke, and a cooler loaded down, somewhere in a truck right now. There's freedom in the headlights and Hank coming out the dash. Left arm out the window with straight pipes out the back. There's a good old boy like me out there just proud to be driving around, somewhere in a truck right now. He's 17, got his daddy's keys, and he knows the trouble he's in. 'Cause that piece of heaven riding shotgun was supposed to be home by 10. But it's way past midnight, and they're parked on the edge of town, somewhere in a truck right now. There's freedom in the headlights and Hank coming out the dash. Left arm out the window with straight pipes out the back. There's a good old boy like me out there just proud to be driving around, somewhere in a truck right now. Somewhere in a truck right now. And when I close my eyes, I go there in my mind, and I'm rolling through those Alabama pines, somewhere in a truck right now. There's freedom in the headlights and Hank coming out the dash. Left arm out the window with straight pipes out the back. There's a good old boy like me out there just proud to be driving around, somewhere in a truck right now. He's somewhere in a truck right now. Thank you. Cut that back a little bit. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. So I was born and raised in Northeast Alabama, Jacksonville, Alabama. And where I grew up at was about 30 minutes from the Georgia line, and we always called the Eastern Time Zone Georgia time. That's just what I grew up calling it. And it wasn't for several years that I got a band from Nashville, and they were always an hour late to shows. And I would tell them, I was like, man, I told you I was on Georgia time. And I realized that wasn't a thing. Everybody doesn't call it that, you know. So I wrote a song about dating a girl from Alabama that was dating a dude from Georgia the whole time. And that's what the song's called. It's called Georgia Time. Spring break down in Panama City, it was 2000 and something. I don't remember a single bar that we didn't show up drunk in. So when I first kissed her lips, I know she damn sure tasted whiskey, but she didn't seem to mind. Told her I'm from Alabama. She said, hell, I am too. Said she was a Roll Tide fan. I said, I bleed orange and blue. She said she had a man back home, but she'd been leaving for some time. He lived just across the Georgia line. Well, she's all Alabama, but she's got her feet stuck in the Georgia clay. Told me she's from Montgomery, but hell, I've seen those Georgia plates. And every time she gets along with me, I see Georgia on her mind. But she's all Alabama, but she's stuck on Georgia town. Well, I got a little bit of hunting land just outside of Phoenix City. And even though I was right down the road, she couldn't find the time to see me. Well, pretty soon it's just a text she'd send with a line from her favorite song. But I was writing one of them on. Well, she's all Alabama, but she's got her feet stuck in a Georgia clay. And she's got a couple Bulldog jerseys, but she's never seen them play. And every time she gets along with me, I see Georgia on her mind. Well, she's all Alabama, but she's stuck on Georgia town. Well, she's hung up on another man, and I've done all I can do. She don't seem to understand that we got pines here too. Well, she's all Alabama, but she's got her feet stuck in the Georgia clay. Told me she's from Montgomery, but hell, I've seen those Georgia places. And every time she gets along with me, I see Georgia on her mind. Well, she's all Alabama, but she's stuck on Georgia town. She's stuck on Georgia town. Thank you. That's weird that anybody listens to that song, because that's such a specific song to where I grew up at. I guess there's probably a lot of people that went to Panama City on spring break and can't remember what year it was. That's probably the thing everybody relates to. So I'll play a little bit more serious song. This is a song I wrote about my granddaddy Lyndon, my mom's dad. I remember growing up and going over to his house. He was just a big NASCAR fan, and I'd go over there on Sundays, and he'd say, son, what's going on here is all that black number 3 car goes around the track real fast, and the rest of them all try to catch him. And I got to thinking about him getting Alzheimer's and sort of, where you forget a lot of things. And I just thought, man, if he forgot everything in the world, he would still remember who drove what car, what number it was, who their sponsor was, what color it was, and where they were in a points race. So I wrote this song called Numbers on the Cars. Stopped by that house on Nesbitt Lake. He's sitting in his easy chair watching a Sunday evening race. Tells me my grandma's in the other room. Guess he forgot we laid her down. It'll be a year come June. Then he mumbles about Vietnam. He don't know who the hell I am, but the drivers, well, he tells me who they are. And he still knows the numbers on the cars. Try to get him out like we used to. But now I load the truck and I drive the boat, 'cause there ain't much he can do. Cast him a line and watched it as it sank, thinking how he used to talk for hours. Now he just stares at the bank. He used to know every stump in this fishing hole. Now he probably thinks that we're in Mexico, but he knows his way around that boat, even in the dark. And he still knows the numbers on the cars. Well, no, he ain't all there, but I don't care. My mind's still full of memories with him. And he may not know all the words to the songs, but he still knows Merle Haggard's voice when he hears it. Stop by that house on Nesbitt Lake with a couple of tickets to go see a Sunday evening race. We watched those cars fly around the track. I asked the Lord if just one more time he'd bring my old friend back. And somewhere around lap 23, that old man turned and smiled at me, and for a moment I know he knows where we are. 'Cause he still knows the numbers. He still knows the numbers. He still knows the numbers on the cars. Thank you. So I got the idea from that song on Lake Gunnersville, which is right there pretty close to where I live at. My granddaddy always wanted to go out there and spend the night on the boat. He always thought that would be the fun thing to fish all night, you know, which he goes to bed at 6 o'clock in the afternoon, so I don't know how he thought he was going to fish all night. And my grandmother's like, he can't go by himself. He's 100. You got to go with him. He'll drown, you know. So I go out there, and he's got this saying that mosquitoes will only fly so far over water. If we anchor out far enough, they won't bother us, and that's not true. That's total BS. He's just got leathered skin, so they don't bother him. They ate me up. And then he parked next to this island that had like 7,000 squawking birds on it all night, so I got no sleep. And I just remember laying there in the bottom of the boat, and he was fishing. He's like, man, reach over there in that black tackle box in the third drawer on the right and get that blue spinnerbait with a yellow tail on it. And I was like, this dude could forget me and never know who I was, but he still remember that one spinnerbait he's had in there. So that was where that came from. Y'all got any requests? I saw a couple people singing the words to some songs. Y'all got anything you want to hear? Well, I put myself on the spot now. I got to play it. 5 a.m. out the door, 8 hours, maybe more, staring me down. Heading work, hauling dirt, man, it's just been wearing me out. Off at 2, nothing to do, 'cause that girl, she don't get off till 5. But I'll have a bottle waiting, and it's on when she pulls in the drive. 'Cause when she comes home tonight, we'll take that clock off the wall. We'll draw them curtains, let our clothes just lay where they fall. We'll turn down the lights, let our hands be our eyes. It'll be just her and I, and we'll take our time when she comes home tonight. It's been a while overdue, getting her alone, thoughts been driving me wild. Killing time to her and I, getting back to loving like it's going out of style. And I'm staring at this bottle waiting, and it's on when she pulls in the drive. 'Cause when she comes home tonight, we'll take that clock off the wall. We'll draw all them curtains, let our clothes just lay where they fall. We'll turn down the lights, let our hands be our eyes. It'll be just her and I, and we'll take our time when she comes home tonight. It'll be just her and I, and we'll take our time. When she comes home tonight, when she comes home tonight. Thank you. Note to self: don't ask for requests anymore. So I got a brand new single, my first single going to radio this year. Pretty exciting stuff. It's gonna be on my EP that comes out tonight. It's a song I wrote with my buddy Eric Dillon in Nashville. We sat down and we were talking about a lot of the dumber things we've done in our lives, and usually the kind of consistent thing there was we're doing it to try to impress some girl. So we wrote a song called "There Was This Girl." Never knew my old man's truck could even run like that. Should've known better than to take that curve so fast. Daddy pulled up, I was down in the ditch, and he asked me why I did what I did. There was this girl, drink in her hand, shoot me a let's get into trouble grin. I ain't never seen something so fine, and I was doing anything to make her mine. I was out of my mind, she was out of this world. There was this girl. Some folks ask me why I still pick this guitar. See, living that life on the road won't get you very far. I say, man, you should have been down in Tupelo, seen what was in the front row. There was this girl, beer in her hand, shoot me a play, a little Skinner grin. She's turning it up, she's turning me on, and I'd play her anything, she'd sing along. I was out of my mind, she was out of this world. There was this girl, yeah, there was this girl. Didn't know a diamond ring could cost so much. Took 6 months on a farm before I saved up. All my drinking buddies still out on the town, wondered why I ever settled down. But there was this girl holding my hand, shoot me a start of life together grin. She's pulling me in, she straightened me out. Now I know what love is all about. I'm still out of my mind, she's still out of this world. There was this girl, yeah, there was this girl. Thank y'all very much, I appreciate it. Thank y'all for coming to hang out with us too. Thank you.
Riley Green, ladies and gentlemen, one more round of applause for Riley here in our Club Braman Performance Theater. Appreciate you coming in, buddy. We're going to do some pictures here in just a second, but I wanted to ask you just a couple quick things here. Huh? Yeah, sit down. Come on. No, I mean, I wanted to ask about the EP that's coming out. How many songs you got on that thing?
I got 4 of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it all new stuff or?
Yeah, all 4 of them brand new songs.
Great.
It's sort of tough that I put so much stuff out on my own as an independent artist, and I've got, you know, people that are coming to shows and they know those songs. So it's hard to get away from those, but I've just been writing with such great writers, it's hard for me not to cut the new stuff because it just seems so much better to me.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you is who you've been writing with and where have you been writing? In Nashville?
In Nashville a lot. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really home much. So, you know, when I'm in Nashville, I find time to get together with some guys, and I've been really lucky. I've written with Red Atkins, Randy Montana and Eric Dillon are all over my record. They're great writers, and Dallas Davis. And I mean, a lot of the
oh wow,
yeah, a lot of the
these are big names in the world of country music right here.
and which is really cool because I didn't know who was who either.
Right.
And then I just get in a room with them, and they're just great guys. I think me and Rhett talk about hunting for 30 minutes before we ever strum a chord.
I mean, that's cool because you walk in, you don't know them, so you're not intimidated when you walk in.
Yeah, I guess. Plus, I'm taller than a lot of them.
Hey, that helps. He played quarterback in college for a little while.
Sorta did, yeah.
Sorta, yeah, for a little bit. Yeah, Jacksonville State
That's right.
University. So one of those former football players turned country stars, and we wish you nothing but the best. So how about one more round of applause? Riley
Thank
Green
you.
here.
Appreciate y'all very much. Thank you.
We're going to do some pictures here in just a second. You go ahead and take a break back there. Thank you all for coming out, and we're going to line up right over here in just a second, and we'll come up here and do some pictures one at a time. And thank y'all for coming in here. Really appreciate it. All right?